Good morning, everybody. And I just realized my mask is inside out. Good evening, everybody. The following video requires a preface, in my opinion. This is video from a lake effect blizzard that I ran into just east of Gary, Indiana, specifically in Westville, Indiana, just outside of Portage. This scenario is an extreme situation. Now, I've already spoken about winter driving, winter prep. There are times when you're driving and you just hit weather that you have no warning about. Or you've taken all of the steps and everything looks good. You get 10 miles down the road and things just go to shit. That's part of the job. It happens. You got to take it in stride. And as a professional driver, you need to take everything in account and make a decision about whether to continue and hopefully push through the band of bad weather, or stop and risk sitting for days. And some companies, you're not going to get paid for that time you sit. Most companies won't pay you for sitting for days on end in bad weather. In this particular scenario, it was a 15-mile band where I was able to push through it, get to clear weather, and keep going, and that was it. But during that time, the scenario is bad. It's treacherous. You still have to deal with other traffic that doesn't necessarily slow down for the conditions. Or they slow down, but they don't slow down enough. And you also have out-of-state drivers that don't know how to drive in snow. You have local drivers that may or may not have well-maintained equipment prepared for the snow. You have DOT crews that aren't keeping up with the weather. There's a number of factors that you need to take into account when it comes to dealing with this kind of weather. And I'm going to let this video speak for itself. This was an extreme scenario that I drove into and kept going because I knew that it was a small band. If at all possible, the best option you can have is to slow down, keep your following distance, keep your stopping distance, and push through, get past the storm. Know which direction the storm is going and get past it. Because if you can get past it, you can usually hit clear weather on the other side and put some miles between you and that storm. And then it's not going to slow you down again. That is 9 times out of 10 the best option. But you have to know what the weather is doing. It's not necessarily going to show on radar. It's not necessarily going to be on the DOT websites. A lot of this comes from getting to know people in the area. It is an invaluable resource to be able to call somebody who lives in the area and say, hey, I'm here. What's the weather like here? That's huge. And that's what happened with this video. So sit back, enjoy, drive safe, keep it shiny side up. Good morning, everybody. Yes, I am equipped for very cold weather. I am in Westville, Indiana. It's a little bit east of Portage, Indiana, on I-80. Yesterday, I posted up a video about the lake effect blizzard that is still going on. It is, yeah, it's cold. They said this was supposed to stop by 7 a.m. It hasn't even slowed down. Yeah. This is going to be fun. So, I posted up a video yesterday of me driving in the storm in whiteout conditions with less than 500 feet of visibility. There's, I want to say, probably 5 or 6 inches of on the pavement here. Now, this is a little deceptive because the state of Indiana has not plowed this truck rest area. So, I don't know how many days of accumulation are in here. But, as you can see, it's going up just shy of the lugs on most of the trucks. So, yeah. But, I'm getting ready to get started. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take Knucklebrain back there for a walk. Which, he's going to love me. It's 6 degrees outside with a wind, feels like -9. Yeah, he's going to love me. Probably not. And then we're going to head over to Sterling, Illinois, deliver this load. This load was supposed to be delivered yesterday, but I hit that whiteout blizzard and I opted to park. Actually, I parked shortly after shooting the video that I posted yesterday. So, we're gonna scoot this over there to Sterling, Illinois, and then we're supposed to go over to Belvedere, pick up another load, and we're headed to Mississippi. I was going to put the camera on an outside mount and just let you guys enjoy the outside view, but with it being basically -10 outside, when we start talking about me doing 35, 40 mile an hour, if that, I'll freeze the camera, I'll cause damage to my equipment. So it's staying inside. So I'm going to cut this clip off real quick, take the dog for a walk, and do my pre-trip, and we'll get to it. Now, just so you guys know, at present, I don't have a sweater for Hershey. Dog sweaters for a 100-pound dog are expensive. Just throwing that out there. But my mother, sweetheart she is making him a sweater. So he will have a sweater soon enough. It's a work in progress. I took the measurements last time I was home, so we're working on it. It's not ignorance on my part. I know it's cold. I know that I need to get him into a coat. It's that things are expensive and I haven't been able to afford one. And he spends 98% of his time in the truck. When it's this cold outside, it's hit the grass and 5 minutes max. He's done and back in the truck. So he never really hits frostbite levels, which is nice for him. Even if he does grump at me for the rest of the day for the fact that it's cold outside. I'm rambling. I'm going to cut this off. I'll get back to you in a minute. So, dog has been walked. And like I said, he took less than 5 minutes. In fact, I got him in front of the truck and he just stopped. Started peeing. He wasn't even willing to walk the 100 feet to the grass. Just like, nope, we're getting this done. I had to drag him to the grass to do the number 2. And then as soon as he was done, he dragged me back to the truck. It was 3 minutes flat. We're done. Now, I do have some international viewers. And to put this in perspective of how cold it is, it's negative 10 degrees Celsius outside. Feels colder with the wind. Yeah, it's a little nippy. But it's warm in here. It's dry. All I gotta do is keep it shiny side up. Got about 170 miles to cover. From what the state information was showing on road conditions, it should clear up about the time I hit Chicago, but that's kind of a speculation because they don't always update that information. This load is not due until 3 p.m. today. I'm leaving now. Make sure I've got time to get there. Give yourself a buffer. Because you ain't going to be doing highway speed in this. And we got a fuel stop along the way. Right now what I'm doing is letting the truck warm up a little bit. She's cold and grumpy. In fact, I'm having trouble maintaining temp in the engine bay. It's staying cold. Once we get rolling though, it'll warm up. Got a little over 44,000 pounds in the box. Once she starts working, she'll warm right up. But you don't want to just turn the key and go. That's bad for everything. Thick oil, cold coolant, just cold engine, immediately putting it to work without warming things up. Yeah, you're asking to hurt some stuff. And I'm throwing that out there for new drivers. Don't just turn the key and go after your pre-trip. Let it warm up. It may only be showing 125 to 150 degrees on the thermostat, especially in temps like this, and as a company truck not having a winter front. But let it warm up. Let it thin that oil out. And when I start driving, I'm going to follow the same procedure. You don't want to just put your foot in it and go, because the differential is cold, the transmission's cold. Gotta let everything warm up. Take it easy. You're on ice too, so you don't want to be hot rodding it. Now, right now the axles are reading at 10 degrees. That differential oil is thick right now. So we're just going to take it easy. What I'll usually do when it's this cold is I'll ease myself onto the interstate, and I won't really let it wind up until I got about 120 to 130 degrees in the oil. It's a lot better for everything. So we're off to a great start. I'm going to be rolling out here in a minute. This other truck was getting ready to pull out. He's stuck. Maybe. Not sure what he's doing. Yeah, he's stuck. Gotta take it slow and easy. Don't spin the tires. Use the weight to your advantage. Just let it idle through the snow. When you park the night before and your tires are warm, roll it back and forth. Pack the area around down in front of and behind your truck so that you don't have a pile of snow in front of you. Don't ever set your trailer brakes, because they'll freeze. But when you get up in the morning after you've done your pre-trip, you go to roll out, check your mirrors, make sure everything's rolling.
bring up a little bit of a point. It's been about 10 minutes since I shot the last clip except for the time lapse. And this is how quickly the visibility went away. If you are driving in low visibility, turn on your four-ways. It's not just about the fact that you're going slow. It's the fact that the flashing lights are more visible than just running lights. I won't know until I edit whether or not you can see the truck in front of me, but he doesn't have his four-ways on. Well, he just turned them on. Hey. Nope. He does not have his four-ways on. Yes, he does, actually. But I'm 150 feet from it. You can just now see his four-ways. C and BC. Visibility is like this. Slow down. That's rule number one. Keep your stopping distance in front of you. The four-wheeler that was behind him did not have his four-ways on, and it was a gray vehicle. You could barely see it. Another trick, find the rumble strip. You know where the rumble strip is, you know where the side of the road is. That's an excellent guide to your lane. When you're in conditions like this, it's kind of a make your own lane scenario. And check with it on a regular basis. Do not, under any circumstances, follow somebody else's taillights, assuming that they know where the lane is. Because if you look, I'm in my lane. The guy in front of me is all over the road. Mom, Dad, I'm about 20 miles from you. It's nasty out here. Just saying. I want you to pay attention to how quickly the vehicles in front disappear. This is a lesson to new drivers. Keep your following distance. I don't care what anybody else does. They can cut in all day long. Keep your speed down. Keep that stopping distance in front of you. Because on snowpack like this, it's going to take a minute for you to stop. If you're going too fast, well, there's nothing you can do about it. You'll know when you're going too fast. If I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, if anything goes wrong ahead of me, I can take care of it. Whatever somebody else does around me, that's the problem. When you're in conditions like this, you have to plan for what everybody else is going to do. Easier said than done sometimes.